Welcome, race fans. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back for race number 2. Here, it's going to be Legacy Texas, so the old Texas config with the Xfinity cars. I think this is going to be a super fun one, a super exciting one. I don't know too much about it, to be honest with you, but I know some of the guys out here definitely do. They're lined up and they're ready to go racing, and I'm going to go ahead and get the grid first, and then second off, I'm going to get the driver tiers up on the screen. As I just sent it over to you, Luke. You can work on that. Well, we go with the grid here. How about Dylan Basin getting it done on the pole out here? Logan Clampett on his outside. I know Logan Clampett, well-respected driver that had some issues last week in the race, so here to make it back. Malik Ray and Steven Miles is going to be your second row. Teammates working together. Tyler Vickery and Cameron Craig is going to be your third row. Kenny McCullough and Kyle Lawver. Trevor Asvernoff and Sterling Tice. Mark Vondell and Dylan Jones, Kenny Real and Vicente Guerrero, Chris Melton, your last race's winner, and Christopher McCullough, John Darnell and Chris Ramsey, Steve Sizemore and Danny Barnes, and Kevin Woody. I like that name.
I also like that name, Kevin.
Rounded out to your 21 car field. Here's your driver tiers. Now, the pace is going to be split between these. I know last week we saw top 3 from each split. It's probably going to be something similar. I'm sure they'll say it over the radio. But your first split's going to be Malik, Dylan, Stephen Miles, Christopher McCullough, Asvernoff, Craighead, Melton, Clampett. And then your tier 2 is going to be Kenny Rio, Kenny McCullough, Chris Ramsey, Sterling Tice, John Darnell, Tyler Vickery, Barnes, Sizemore, Vondell, Lawver, Kevin Woody again, and Vicente Guerrero. So, just 2 different splits out here. So, if you root for somebody, just root for them to get into a top 3 paying position in that split. We're going through turns 3 and 4, ready to go green this time by.
I don't think I ever got a payment from you, but
pace cars coming
if I
in.
did, I'll check
It's going to be
again here in a
Dylan
little bit.
Basin
If not, I'll just get
on the
it after
control
race.
here at Texas. And we are green out here racing 80 laps of Texas Legacy here in the B cars. Here we go. Basin with a good jump here. He's riding that outside line out in front of Malik Ray and Logan Clampett, who are riding side by side. Malik looks to the inside and is clear. Steven Miles is going to file in behind Logan Clampett. That's going to be a top 4 with Tyler Vickery. A little ways back on them.
Dylan Jones, black, face, and just to start there.
Dylan Basin has his preferred line here early. He's 0.3 of a second ahead. But Malik Ray and Logan Clampett both right there within reach. Trevor Asvernoff up 3 positions off the restart as he's riding P6. Look, I gotta ask, I mean, do you have any experience with this Legacy Texas track, or do you have anything that you want to look specifically for as we got 80 laps out here?
You know, Kevin, I don't know much about it, but I will say, just taking a look, that turn 4 is very steep compared to the rest of these turns. So I think turn 4 is going to probably be the culprit for tire wear out here. As we're here for 80 laps, and these guys have, let's take a look at the tire sets. They have 3 sets of tires out here with a 70% fuel window. And there are 4 turns on this track.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Just rattling off a couple quick facts for you guys. What's going on, Corey? Yeah, we looked good out there all race, man. Unfortunate end out there. It was a very, very chaotic wreck there at the end, that's for sure.
And it was, and not quite sure what the official results were past top few, but I heard that it was under review, so who knows out there what's going to happen.
Yeah, they said they'll let us know after the 3rd race is over, so I'm sure we'll know later in the evening.
What I'm noticing from this Texas, Luke, is it's a lot more, throttle on, controlling the car, as opposed to the new Texas, where it's a lot of lifting in the corners. It seems like there's a lot of momentum carried in these turns with these high bankings. You're on the old config.
Oh, yeah.
Logan Clampett able to get around Malik Ray as he's riding second, trying to catch Dylan Basin now. Alright, top 4 from each split is getting paid out here tonight. Top 4 from each of the splits. Dylan Basin out here controlling it about 4/10 ahead of Logan Clampett. Stephen Miles about a tenth of a second behind Malik Ray. Got some tight racing out here, but seems like the leaders have it figured out as they're already about 5 seconds ahead of P6.
I'm all up right now.
There's our first caution, Kevin.
Uh-oh, caution flies here on lap 10 of 80.
Sorry, Mel. He got really
Who are we
tight.
reading on this one?
I'm not reading any crashes, but I see one. That would be Kyle Lawver.
Uh-oh, Kyle Lawver getting into one here early. We're gonna see what happens there. Bump by the 04, bump by
Appreciate you taking black.
Oh,
little
man.
1-2. He was running a little off pace, and
Yeah.
guys aren't too
Should've had
patient out here at
faith,
Texas. I
you know.
think might have to go back and take another look-see at that one, but
Bit of an awkward bump there on the exit, maybe. Oh.
that's a hard hit, Logan. Without the fast repairs out here tonight, not
Don't
a
hurt.
great. Yeah, that's. Couldn't have said it better myself. That is going to hurt.
I don't know why it does this sometimes. Doesn't allow me to run out of the replay here, so we gotta fast forward a little bit. There we go. We're back live out here.
Gonna be Basin, Clampett, Miles, Ray once we get going here. Gonna be going green this time by. Lights are off on the pace car. It's gonna be Dylan Basin on the inside here. Stephen Miles is gonna be behind him. Vickery's gonna be behind him. Then your outside line's gonna be Clampett. Ray,
Chris, I
and
don't know if
Real.
you noticed, but your paint scheme's a little slanted on the back end.
Alright, boys, be careful with the tire spin here. Next stop.
Pace car is in. They're tied on each other's bumper. They're ready to go racing. Flagman's ready as well. The green flag is in the air, and we are racing for the second time out here at Texas.
Good jump for Dylan Basin. Also a good one for Logan Clampett. He's not far off his bumper.
Right there. There's a little bit of draft out here. It's nothing crazy, especially what these guys are compared to, but I gotta imagine Logan Clampett's getting a little bit of a run from that.
Looking for the inside. He's going for it. He's got it.
Base is way up high on the track. Maybe saving some tires.
I think I got a slow
That's
leak
gonna
on my
clear
right
Logan
front.
Clampett, but Mason's right there on the bumper. Just taking kind of different lines out here. Malik Ray also not far off. He's right there behind Dylan Basin.
All them big girls you got sitting in the passenger side, Steve.
Oh, sorry, I got tied as hell right there.
Mason's still there on the bumper. Throughout the field, we're seeing some battles, but nothing too crazy. It looks like the top 10's about 3 seconds off each other. Chris Melton making up to P8. Trevor Asmanoff sitting around 7th. Kenny Reel's got around Tyler Vickery. Some movement, but it seems like it's follow pursuit for the most part out here.
Yeah, and Logan Clampett leading this thing. He is currently sitting your highest rated iRacing driver of the field out here tonight with nearly that's insane. A little shy of 10,000 iRating. He's at 9,810, which is one of the highest I've personally ever seen, and some Sizemore fans in the chat, and yeah, he's doing. He's back in P16. His back bumper's a little bent up. I think he might have been involved in a little incident there, but
I don't know how much that's going on.
Dylan Basin chasing down Logan Clampett and Malik Ray behind him at your top 3. Stephen Miles not too far off of them, and Trevor Asmanoff now making the pass on Kenny Reel to try to catch up to those guys.
My wheel won't turn much more.
I got to imagine these guys are probably starting to feel this tire wear quite a lot.
It's dying.
Drink what y'all drinking on. Last time I drove this combo with the traction with the Duluth, I don't know what the fuck they changed.
Same way. It's the fuel, bro. That's why I put that in the Discord, but everybody ignored it.
good.
Trevor Asmanoff now in front of Steven Miles, and they're catching up to those top three.
Yeah, sorry, I was battling to keep it straight.
All good. I tried to lift as quickly as I could. I hope I didn't like too much of it.
Still got a long ways to go out here in this one, and as it stands, Logan Clampett seems to have his line figured out as he is.
6 years in turn 3, Trevor.
Got a bit of a gap on Malik Ray, but starting to close it.
You're gone.
Trevor Asmanoff passing on the inside. He's moving.
Oh no, please don't DQ me.
A little bit of wall contact there by Steven Miles, I think. Oh! Cameron Craighead getting a little loose. He gets into the 13. He goes up into the wall. That's Chris Ramsey.
I fucking hate everyone.
And Trevor Asmanoff hates everyone, he says, and he's going to bring out the caution flag out here.
Shit.
What's going on, Lisa? And going back here, it's we're gonna be watching the overhead of, I believe, Cameron Craighead.
Why you hate people, bro?
Man, y'all know I
That
can't
was
beat y'all
definitely
fucking straight up.
an interesting one. Is that
Yeah.
McCullough?
Yeah, McCullough gets up into the 48
But
right before the
everybody know how
turn,
to
and
take tires on lap 15 or 10 or whatever it was.
but
Bitch, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Unfortunate
Now I can't.
for who was that? The 13?
I hate this.
Is that
yeah,
Vicente?
Chris Ramsey.
Oh, Chris Ramsey. Okay.
A little stuffed there by the wall contact by the 48. Yeah, he really catches the short end of that straw, that's for sure.
It ain't funny, bro. It's not funny, bro.
And just another case of iRacing not wanting to let us go back live out here.
Man, look.
There we go. Logan Clampett on his way out of the pits. So is the rest of the guys. Seems like everybody went in there. Pits cycle through, and it's Trevor Asmanoff on top of this.
Give me the EOL.
Logan Clampett in second.
Appreciate that, Cameron.
Cameron, you wrecked?
I had wheel damage and then I got clipped in the left rear and I was just out of control after the wheel damage.
Bro, we are on the same strategy. I'm taking the big girl away from you. You're not getting her tonight.
Trevor going into the pits.
I didn't take tires. I took fuel only on that pit stop.
Well, damn.
Don't worry, you'll still get better first than me.
Huh.
Y'all want to go or do you go?
Have they started a pit
Where wanna go?
cycle on green? When that incident happened?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
These cars making its way in, and it's going to be lap 28 of 80 as we go green out here. Logan Clampett with the choice of the lead.
Yeah, look, it doesn't seem like this track is impossible to pass on, so I think it's going to be interesting as we get later into this race if we see any of these battles right up front, how they're going to be able to pass, because, I mean, the only pass up front we've really seen is Clampett getting around on the bottom, but I'd imagine the bottom's going to be blocked later in this race.
Malik Ray now getting pretty tight up on Logan Clampett's bumper, and he's maybe thinking about going for the pass. Two highest rated drivers in the lobby right now, looking to duke it out, and Malik Ray looking high.
Oh, I've seen that before. Idiot delete.
Oh, hang on again.
Malik Ray making it around. He's your race leader now.
I wasn't even alone.
Looks like it on my end.
Malik Ray leading this thing now, and Logan Clampett getting up close to him again, thinking about getting the pass back.
Damn, bro, can you give me a couple of laps to perfect your line first? Shit.
A little bit of talking between P1, P2.
All friendly, I presume.
Of course. And they're just having a good battle out here, you know. Logan Clampett
Absolutely.
getting close on Malik Ray's bumper.
1 and 2. I mean, Clampett wants it, but Malik is not opening it up for him. Not making it easy.
No, he's not. He's looking to hang on to it out here for a couple more laps if he can.
Makes the pass. I mean, you also got to imagine, I think Dylan Bason's probably saving some more tires, not being in a battle right now, sitting in 3rd place. So, he's not in a bad position right now at all, as they're just about halfway through this thing.
Y'all keep parking me, man. I'm gonna fucking just drive through.
This rain is getting. He's trying to do shit but pass both of you.
Nah, man, drive through and my right front's already gone.
Bitch, you look like a right front.
Trevor.
What does that mean? I look round? That's gotta be right.
Trevor throwing some shots at Malik Ray.
Racist from the both of
Uh-oh.
them.
Malik Ray's falling back to 3rd, maybe burned it up a little bit, or maybe just trying to save it now.
He said his front right is burnt up. That's what he said earlier.
I got you. Well, I mean, you also gotta imagine Clampett isn't doing the best, by that logic, so Dylan Basin could be in one of the best positions of the race right here.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Get a little hot.
I got a nice
At 44,
spot
we see guys
where
all
my
over
heart
the track
used
at
to
this
be,
point.
and
That
it's
traffic
so
not going to become an issue for a little while, but
cool.
I mean, eventually it definitely could.
No.
Are those Rod Wave lyrics?
Boy, get so fast out. Matter of fact, back out. Back out right now.
Yeah, and Corey Wright
First off,
predicting a
don't you
caution to come
disrespect Rod Wave
soon.
like
I'm not going to disagree with that. I do think these tires are definitely starting to feel the pressure out here, and I mean, it only takes one mistake. It's gonna be interesting seeing how these leaders can hang on to it too. I know Dylan Bason's been right there 0.4 of a second back this whole time.
Leaders, when y'all get to me, I'll be at the top of the track.
Luke, could you check on track temp?
Sure. Wrong panel.
There it is.
Turn 29.
Woo, it's a hot track.
Oh yeah, it is. That Texas sun.
You a big Texas guy?
Only been there once, and it was a blast. What about you?
Been there once as well, I think, and you know, as you could tell, it wasn't that memorable. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I don't think I went to the right area though.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I went to Houston.
Yeah?
Where'd you go?
I went to Galveston. It's near the coast.
Beach? Yeah, I think we went there.
Mhm.
That's that. Did you fly in Houston?
We flew in and then left on a ship. It's pretty nice.
Oh, okay. Logan Clampett. I'm not gonna say running away with this thing, but it doesn't seem like it's going back and forth very much anymore. It's just he's picking off hundreds of seconds by the lap.
Yeah.
These?
Trying to salvage something.
Base not too far off.
Nah. Austin's where it's at, Corey. I got you. I don't know much about either. I know, aside from sports, I think Austin's got a big comedy scene, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think that'd be a pretty good time.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Just talking to the chat.
Ah.
Seeing guys burn up their tires a lot now. I don't know if what the pit window is or if it's close, but I mean, dealing with a lot of different issues. Yeah, Lisa dealing with some lap cars now as well. It's just that's not going to help tires either, because every once in a while, I'm sure Dylan or Logan Clampett's going to be throwing off his preferred line. It's definitely going to get interesting out here.
Just looking at the map out there, I mean, you can see it's very spread out.
Yeah. It seems like once Clampett gets around this next lap car that's about, you know, half a straight away from him, he's going to have some room to work, though, you know.
Logan Clampett out here, he's found the groove and he seems to be still holding it. And growing his lead.
Yeah, your top 10 right now: Clampett, Basin, Ray, Miles, Jones, Melton, Rio, Vickery, McCullough. These guys are benefiting from the long run. I know Dylan Jones has picked up a couple spots, Chris Melton. Some of these guys not benefiting so much from it. You know, we see Vickery, Rio, they both lost a couple.
You see Logan Clampett's lead just growing. Over a second and a half up now on Dylan Basin. And you guys would be right. I imagine that pit zone's got to be coming up here soon. They got to be thinking about it next couple laps.
Pitting.
And we're hearing the word of the pit from Malik Ray. Dylan Basin's going in as well.
Yeah, here they come. Getting on that fresh set to finish out this race. Looking Clampett's gonna stretch it a little bit longer though. Maybe come in this time by, maybe not.
Yep, he's going in.
Yeah, here he comes.
Malik Ray
Speaking of
opting to
stretching
stay
it,
out
Malik's
instead.
staying out.
Steven Miles stays out as well. Dylan C. Jones.
You know, the longer they run it now, the harder they can push it on these last 20 plus laps. So maybe playing a little bit of strategy, hoping he doesn't lose too much time in doing so. Staying out again.
Thank you.
Logan Clampett's your highest I rating in this lobby by over a little bit under actually 3,000. Sitting in at 9,800, Luke.
Jeez.
Tenth in the world.
What?
10th in the world in I rating.
Seriously?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Puts our 1Ks to shame, Luke.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Goodness. Looking at a top 10 driver in the world in front of us right now that we didn't even know.
Well, that's
Well,
subjective, Luke, but as far as
well, I
I rating
mean,
goes.
we knew he was fucking good. I didn't know he was top 10. That's pretty crazy.
Malik Ray and Steven Miles really stretching this thing. They're still out.
Gonna stretch it out as long as they can now.
Clampett's on the lead lap, about 25 seconds back, and he's pit. So, I mean, if you just look at the tower over there, look how fast he's making up time. So, that's all time either Malik thinks that he can make up when he comes out of his pit cycle, or time that he's hoping that won't matter because a caution comes out. All right, Luke, where do you think you rank in I rating standings? I'll let you take a guess.
Well, how many players are there in the world?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
I think I'm at least top 5.
Not top 5, unfortunately.
Ah.
But Malik comes in. Steven Miles stays out. And then there were two, Steven Miles and John Darnell. You are 235,650th, Luke.
I am what?
235,650th.
Gotta be close to top 5, right?
Hey, just keep your phone on at night. Always wait on that call from NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
Lampett's closing it in, though, as Malik has about given up on the strategy, and he's back out here. lost a good amount of time there doing that, as he's now about 17 seconds back on Clampett. John Darnell comes into pit. And then there was one. Corey, it's called Race. I'll just put the link in chat. There it is. Oh yeah, Luke, I forgot to mention that's as far as ovals go, so Lord only knows where you rank on the your favorite the road courses.
Literally, I've never touched one.
Even Miles still
I'm
out
very
here.
content with never even touching the list.
Here he comes. Steven Miles coming into pit. And that's going to hand the lead back to Logan Clampett, who's opened it up by about 3 seconds over Dylan Basin.
And you see him going into the pits. Logan Clampett, now your race leader once again. Basin about 3 seconds back behind him.
And then Dylan Jones, not P3, but I'd imagine Malik Ray's going to catch him because Malik's moving pretty quick, staying out that extra 10 laps or so. 41,000, Corey. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Not bad. Maybe someday you'll get to be as good as me, but you know, you get there.
The higher number, the better. I mean, everyone knows that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows the higher score, the better, so. At that standard, Logan Clampett is horrible.
Yep. Malik Ray now is just about caught if you want to go on board with him as he tries to pass Dylan Jones for that podium spot. He's got the fresher tires by quite a bit. I'd imagine it won't be too hard. As yeah, you can just see him flying by. Tires are definitely the difference maker there. As Dylan gives it to him. And the strategy didn't really work out for Ray, but I mean, you know, he gave it a shot, and worst comes to worst, he gets a podium spot still.
And he's still sitting pretty in P3.
Miles get a caution. He'll be
And
in there.
if a caution were to fly now, I mean, he could pit. I don't think he'd have to. I don't know. It'd switch things up for him. Top 5,000 in the U.S. Corey. Not bad, not bad. Logan Clampett running this thing away from Dylan Basin now. That difference is about 4 seconds.
Say
9 laps. Hey, look, can we look at lap differences between Clampett and Ray? Like last lap?
There you go.
He's putting up exactly 1 second better. And with 9 laps to go, figure that to be 9 seconds, he's catching. Now, what I'm concerned about is, you know, can he go 9 more laps without it just wearing off the way he's pushing it? I don't know, but he's definitely still a driver to look at. Right there, he slowed down by a few hundredths of a second, but nothing major. We can go back to the gap and see how he's closing this thing in. I mean, it's also going to come down to how hard Dylan Basin wants to push him. I mean, he's kind of on that pace to catch Luke.
Oh yeah.
It's not the worst pace I've ever seen. Do I think it's gonna happen still? No, I think Clampett's gonna be able to run away with this thing, but Never know.
Big high Malik.
Logan Clampett's opened it up to about 5 seconds on Basin. Ray's closed it down to about 6 seconds, so I'd imagine Basin's gonna have his hands full with Malik Ray here very shortly.
No, Monica.
What'd you do? Take 2 or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It's still tight as balls. Tyler came out with 2 second gap too. So
As it
it's
stands,
really
still
backfired.
Logan Clampett. Over 5 seconds of a lead now.
It's just a short 4 laps to go. Malik Ray has made the pass on Basin, but he's still about 5 seconds back on Logan Clampett. I think he's running out of time here.
Mowing them.
Oh, Kenny.
I got loose trying a second to do that.
Go ahead. I was gonna do that anyway.
2 to go out here. The progress is pretty much stopped for Malik Ray. He's still picking up some time, but nothing like we saw. He's about 4.5 seconds back. Basin, Jones, Miles,
Hey, you know, you
Mountain,
can
Rio,
give it back.
McCullough,
That'd be
Vickery, McCullough leads out the rest of the top 10, and the white flag
Like
is out for
11.
Logan Clampett. He's just got to make it around one more time.
He is home free out here. All sorts of room behind him. He's just got to make it through 2 more turns.
No, you stay there, Vicente. Don't you fucking go.
He's just going to walk this thing on home.
Good race, guys. I'll get the payout.
Absolutely.
Out after
Logan
this third race
Clampett
is
wins
over
it here
with.
in a domination
We'll
at
be
Texas
opening up at
Legacy
10:45.
Motor Speedway.
That'll be
Malik
money.
Ray getting second.
Ray.
And if
Dylan Basin
Logan
third.
would go to the interview room, and I think Kenny Real is first place in the second split.
Stephen Miles also.
Appreciate it.
I
on
believe
about the
Kenny
same
Real was
strategy as
the
Malik.
winner of the second
Who
split.
win, Logan?
Chris Melton?
Kenny
You were
Real.
in my group the whole time. That's why I was trying to race you.
But tough to say out here. Either way, they're getting the word from the
Real. I got you.
yeah, they're getting the
Good
word
shit,
from the
that's
RC
Alex.
to
That's how I was gonna get you there.
make their way on over to the interview room.
Yeah, I'm just overdriving like a dumbass trying
And,
to get around Chris.
We're gonna go ahead and
Do that.
get the audio muted on the drivers out here while we get these interviews ready to roll. But a great win
Yeah,
for
a
Logan
dominating
Clampett.
win by Logan, no doubt. And I don't know if we're going to talk to him or not. Going to have to wait and find out because never talked to him. Never talked to anybody that high of an I rating.
Nope, me neither.
Lobby is opening right now, though, for that third race. So if you're a driver and you want to go blow some money on some Talladega,
Always one of my
that might
favorites.
be your chance.
Still awaiting our top 3 out here, but I think we're hearing the burnout right now. It's not letting me look. Kenny Real getting the burnout for his split. Get it, Kenny?
Absolutely. Hey, why not?
And he's getting after it. And it seems as though it might
Seems like
be
ghost town in the
yeah,
waiting room.
bunch of tumbleweeds in the interview waiting room. But
Wait a couple more minutes.
yeah,
but,
we'll see if they gather. But as it stands, we'll pull up the unofficial results here. Logan Clampett getting credit with the win. Malik Ray in second. Dylan Bass in third. Jones, Miles, Melton, Reeds to your top 6.
I'm pretty sure top 3 from split 1 is going to be Clampett, Malik Basin, and then your top 3 from split 2 is going to be Real, Christopher McCullough, and Tyler Vickery.
Not a bad finish for all those guys. All getting
Yeah.
in the money spot. And I hate to cut it short, but I don't think we're going to be getting any interviews in here for this one. We might be just ready to roll to the next one.
Yeah, plenty of time for the next one. Yeah, Lisa, the link for the next one is, let me put it in chat. It's on our page, scheduled. Here, there's a link for that one. I'm not sure what time it's going green. I know they've kind of been switching the times around a little bit just to accommodate with the finishes of these races, so not positive, but we'll be live within the hour, no doubt. But yeah, I think I hear the fat lady singing, Luke. So if you want to go ahead and close this out, I don't think we're getting any interviews.
Yeah, and we'll save all of our closing statements out here for the end of the final race out here, but we'll be back here before too long at Talladega once again. It was an exciting race out here at Texas in the Xfinity cars, and we will see you all back again here